all the time, and I love talking about it, which is why when I saw this, I was like, oh, this will be cool because I love talking about it. I'm actually writing a small, I don't know, a book basically to kind of go over stuff. I don't know, um, we'll see. But it's COVID time, and I do have a lot more time than usual, so I figured why not work some more and write a book. And one of the things that I mentioned is really deciding. I think a lot of people just kind of go into it nowadays like, oh, entrepreneur, and it's so romanticized. It's so romanticized that people think, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be able to live my passion, and I think people don't really consider a lot. And one of the things I always say is, are you able to open a business right now? Not even just financially, but whenever a business closes, I always ask, well, what happened? Kind of already guessing either a partnership happened. So, two people decided they just wanted to jump into a business, and then, a partnership failed, or somebody had a baby. That happens all the time. Somebody opens a business, they have babies, and then for some reason they like, okay, and it's a privilege to be able to do that anyways, and just say okay and walk away. But it's a huge sacrifice and a huge commitment, and I think a lot of times people just don't think that it will be. You don't always get a paycheck and that. So I always say that's kind of like a thing. Like, are you sure? This is something you want to do. And yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing. And then I talk about boring stuff like finances, which is also really important. So.
And yeah, you mentioned it. You mentioned it a couple of times. Finances. You mentioned that your friend helped you secure a grant that helped you get through that first year. So that is an important part. That's of starting a business, right? Is securing financing. So
Yes.
how did you go, other than the grant, how did you go about finding the funds to start Bellies?
So like I said, I was very naive, and I thought I started a Kickstarter, and I thought, oh, this will be great. And I think I set it for 15, 10 or 15, which is not enough to ever start a business ever. At least not brick and mortar, but in general, I don't think you can really. You got to have more financing than that. And I really only got 8,000 out of it. So I thought, oh, this is great. I got a couple months for rent. I'll make it work. This will be great. So it didn't work out that way. I ended up finding some private, I don't want to say investors, friends that helped me through, and I ended up paying them back throughout the years. So however you have to do it, you have to find, I couldn't unfortunately go to a bank because my credit was not great at that point. So they would not give me a loan. So I had to do it through, people I knew. Luckily, I knew people who kind of believed in me and believed in the concept of Bellies. And so they were into it and they wanted to help. And I gave them, I was able to finance that way. And then the grant didn't even come until the end of the first year. So then that kind of helped me through the second year, really, just with mainly equipment and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think you have to somehow secure money.
For sure. You gotta get creative. When
Yes.
one door closes, you gotta find that next open one, right?
I guess I would just really quickly mention I don't recommend. Well, I don't personally recommend the Kickstarters, but that's I don't think it really helped us too much. It was a great. I mean, it did help a little bit, but there's other ways to financially secure money.